Hey, my name's Ricky. I'm here from Wall of Sound, and we're getting ready for the Fit for an Autopsy Melbourne show. And I'm right here with Fit for an Autopsy frontman Joe Bad. How the hell are you doing, man?
I'm doing wonderful, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good. I'm ready for some What the Future Holds tonight. Is that what I should expect from the set list?
Yeah, that's on there. We'll sprinkle with a couple little things.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. It's been a few years since you've been down here. The last time you were down with Thy Art Is Murder and Immuir.
And Justice for the Damned.
And Justice for the Damned as well. That was a massive tour. That was
so big. I love those dudes. That tour was awesome in general. It was my first time in Australia. Yeah.
Wow, how about that? And I believe you saw your first kangaroo today.
I did. It was an albino kangaroo.
Fantastic.
So cool.
What else are you looking to see? Maybe a koala?
I would like to hold a koala. Someone told me not to because someone got mangled by one the other day. So I was like, I'm still going to hold it because I believe.
All right, now, so you guys have an awesome album out. I've got a bone to pick with you, though, because we look out for new music all the time, and you guys came out here at the start of 2022 and blew it out the park right at the outset. What are we meant to do with that?
I don't know. I guess that's for you to decide at this point.
So you're saying that that's my problem, Joe?
Yeah, it's definitely your problem.
All right, cool. So now you guys have played Perth and Adelaide so far. How were those shows?
Amazing. Perth was so awesome. Last time you said we played in a hotel, didn't know it was a hotel. And now this time we're here on our own. The room was packed. The energy was crazy. Amazing. And then we played Adelaide yesterday, and that energy was insane. I'm very excited to see what Stay Gold can bring tonight.
We're looking forward to it. Now, this time the difference is you guys are headlining in Australia.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be doing that?
It feels really good. It feels awesome. We're actually able to kind of spread our wings and see how we do out here, see how it's been received, see how the album did out here. And so far, I'm like, it's way exceeded my expectations from what I thought we were going to do out here. It's so awesome.
Yeah, wow, that's really interesting. I was at a Dayseeker show right here the other night as well, and they were also really surprised when they found out how well their album did in Australia as well. Is it sort of hard to conceptualize given how far you are away in the US when you release your records?
Always. I'm always so worried, and that's the same thing with Europe, because right after we released that, we did our US tour, and then we did Europe, and I was really worried about Europe, and a lot of it was because COVID. We didn't know if people were just going to show up to the shows or not, but I mean, the album must have did well enough because people were just like, well, forget that, we're coming out. It was awesome. Europe was awesome. Australia has been awesome. The US has been awesome. I'm really excited for how this album's been received so far.
Man, it's an amazing album. Probably the best Fit for an Autopsy album so far, at least in my opinion. I had a chat with Will Putney earlier in the year, the mastermind.
Yes.
We had such a really great chat about everything Fit for an Autopsy, End, and all the other million bands in the scene that he's been doing. He and I talked about this sort of style of Fit for an Autopsy, and I know before you guys have talked about the term post-deathcore because you're kind of, transcending beyond what deathcore currently offers.
Yeah.
Talk to me a bit about that for you.
Yeah, I think I really like the term post-deathcore because I come from a whole different genre. I didn't listen to a lot of really heavy death metal, crazy shit when I was younger. I was super into pop music and emo music and stuff, so it was kind of a big change. So, but seeing the progression from Hellbound, which was one of my favorite albums that Fit released that I wasn't on, and just seeing where we started and where we're at now, that progression, the change, and how people are so open to the idea of letting us do whatever the hell we want, and they're psyched about it. I'm super pumped, man. It's been really cool. It allows us to really kind of do our own thing. It allows us to step outside the box of just being this deathcore band that's just has this one sound and the same record each time. We as musicians and people who enjoy listening to music in general, when I listen to a band, I want to hear their progression as well. So I thoroughly enjoy the fact that we can do that and people are okay with it.
I really like that, and I think, being able to get outside and beyond that box of deathcore is really helpful. And where I saw that really come out for you guys was when you sort of stepped in for Randy Blythe for Lamb of God's concert, and so it's now Fit for an Autopsy sort of at that level now, sort of beyond this core scene, but being seen from this general heavy metal perspective. That's kind of how it felt for me. What about you?
Yeah, I was freaking out when I got the phone call. I was just me? What, me? I got the phone call from Matt from Trivium. He just FaceTimed me. He's like, Randy wants to know if you'd be able to fill in. I was like, what? Unreal. It still blows my mind to this day. I can't. Oh my God.
That's unreal. And now that you guys are going to do some touring with Lamb of God, is that right?
Yes, Lamb of God, Killswitch Engage. There's going to be some other bands like jumping on and off for a couple days. Spirit Box, Motionless in White, and Animals as Leaders. Some huge names, and it's so cool that like a deathcore band like us is able to branch out and be able to fit in on a tour like this. And I mean, this is going to be our first time jumping into that kind of world like this. I mean, we've done tours with Trivium and Arch Enemy, and this is like that next step also. And it's like, oh my God, this is where we really have the test right now. So I'm really excited to do those tours.
That's so exciting, Joe. I'm so excited for you guys. What was your favorite Lamb of God song to perform?
Black Label. It was so cool. They were like, because I was talking to Mark Morton on the phone, and he was like, what songs are like you comfortable with? So I gave him a bunch of songs. He's like, is there any other ones? Like, I was like, there's one that I don't think I've seen you guys play. I don't know if you guys would be down, but like, would you guys do Black Label? He's like, Black Label? We haven't played that in like 10 years. Yeah, we'll definitely play that. And I was like, yes, dude, let's do it. So Black Label was so much fun for me. I love that song. Wow.
Now, how big of a Lamb of God fan are you in terms of how much lyrics you had to learn versus how much was just in the back of your mind already?
I mean, it was all a mixture of nerves too and everything. It's like you think you know everything until you get up there and it's happening and you're like, shit. But for the most part, I had 16 hours to relearn 12 songs. 11 or 12 songs? Yeah. And I think I did all right. It was definitely rough because, you know, I found out at like night and then had to learn the rest of the night and then fly out be at the airport at 6 a.m. to fly there and do the show. I didn't sleep at all.
Wow, so you performed well under pressure then?
Yeah, I guess so. You got to be a professional, right? You got to just step up and say, fuck it.
Love that. You've had a very busy year. You've had the Fit for an Autopsy stuff, the Lamb of God stuff, world touring. But you've also done a lot of features lately. There was Distinguisher, Open Letter, and a few others and stuff. Tell me a bit about that.
It's fun. You know what? I don't do a lot of features, but I do when they're like cool bands and like my friends' bands and stuff and like people that are doing really cool stuff. So when Distinguisher hit me up, I was really pumped because I actually really liked that band. And I didn't know that I really liked the band until I listened to their discography after I did the song, and I was like, I forgot this band fucks. They're awesome. So that was really cool. I did a feature on The Gloom in the Corner, which is fucking awesome, by the way. It's like an 8-minute song. It's this whole story thing. It's so cool. But dude, it's been awesome, man. I love doing features. I love having fun with like my friends where they hit me up and it's just like, yo, let's jam this awesome part together. It's like, fuck yes, let's do that. I love that camaraderie, man. It's so cool.
Why not? And who would you love to be a feature for that you haven't had the opportunity to yet?
Holy shit. I mean, just because we're like friends, I would love to do a Thy Art feature. I think that would be fun just because we're boys. I haven't been on there yet. I think it would be really cool. But, I mean, Lamb of God. I would love to do a feature on a Lamb of God song, but who knows? I don't want to overstep my boundaries.
Well, I feel like some of these might actually be quite attainable. First of all, we know Lamb of God quite well, and you've actually already been through the ringer with them to see what you're capable of. Yeah. And in Australia, on the Human Warfare label, you happen to be label mates with Thy Art is Murder as well.
Yeah, it could work out, so we'll see. Hopefully we'll get something going.
Hopefully the stars will align.
Yes.
Now, Joe, we've seen on your Instagram that you're a bit of a jokester. You like to mess around a little bit, have a little bit of fun. But then when I tuned into Trivium's live stream of the In Waves anniversary and you supported with the band, I've never seen you more serious and in the zone. Do we see two different sides to Joe Bad?
100%. I'm a Gemini, so, you know, we're the most hated and we're the most difficult. So I definitely have like my stage me and my off stage me, because I feel like I want to try to blend the two, but it's like, it's tough with like that metal industry. So it's just like, because that's where it comes from, it being weird for me stepping into like this kind of industry, being from a completely different genre of music, where I'm just like, I could be that goofy person, but like here on stage, is it looked at as like weird? Or so I'm trying to like test the waters right now. So I'm letting my little fun side out a little bit on stage lately, but not too much.
Okay.
Just
okay,
tastefully.
Right. Now, I think you're going to be getting into that serious stage mode later, so I thought I'd give you the opportunity to just mess around a little bit more now.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you'd want to enter some Wall of Sound karaoke, because I know that you like to jump into a bit of deathcore karaoke for Backstreet Boys, which we've seen.
Yes.
I was wondering if there's any Australian tunes or anthems that you'd be dying to do a little bit of a section for us.
Holy shit! Like what? You have to give me some ideas. My brain's not working right now.
What about some ACDC?
I was gonna say ACDC is a good one too.
But it's already kind of heavy-ish. I mean, not...
Yeah, but it's not heavy, dude. But it would sound sick.
So maybe that's what we're going to need to do. What's your go-to AC/DC song?
I'm trying to think because I had a song. I was actually going to do a car karaoke of an AC/DC song because my friend just did an AC/DC portrait tattoo on someone.
Which one do we want to go with? Because I'm going to have to ask you to do a little section with your biggest Joe deathcore voice.
TNT, down up. I'll do it.
Go for it.
TNT, I'm dynamite. TNT, I'll win no fight.
You heard it here first, the Wall of Sound. Joe, thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us here at Wall of Sound. We're really looking forward to the show later tonight, and we can't wait to have you here again.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you for having me, and I hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. We got a real good one for you tonight. All the bands are super sick. Last night was so sick, so tonight's going to be good.
We can't wait. Thanks so much, Joe, and thanks for taking the time to chat with us here at Wall of Sound.
Thank you.